So, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joseph Zalubchuk. I work at the Yes Institute. We're a nonprofit community-based organization. Just in your own experience, if you have children of your own or you have nieces and nephews, what do you think is the number one type of slur that kids use today to target each other? In your own experience, what are you hearing? So we can start to see how gender really is also there for our young people and how it's linked to bullying and stigma even at a very, very young age. And now I really want to share with you some very kind of interesting data as we really pull through. You know, we've all heard about the glass ceiling, but have any of you heard about the glass elevator? Glass elevator is when males started to go into careers that were typically associated with mostly women. What happened was it elevated the pay because it was seen as more prestigious.
Thank you for having us here today. My name is Leticia Carrasana, and I'm a single mom. I am lesbian, and my daughter's going to be 20 in the next coming months. My daughter, in her high school year, gets accepted to participate in TED Talks. We all know what that is, right? She was accepted, and she did her speech was on bullying. I'm sitting in an audience full of kids and parents and all that in the school. Her father's there along my sister, my mother. That's when I find out that my daughter, when she was being bullied, was contemplating suicide. So even with all the communications, you still have to be alert. And that's when she tells me, because this is how far it could go. Because you don't know the strength of that child, and you don't know, I would say, how far their peers will push them to a certain extent, even with the love and understanding and all the communication that you have. So today, my daughter is university bound, Northern Florida, and a very strong woman, very strong independent woman.
But being a gay family or two-dad family is different because, as I said, it is a mom's world. And really, even today, when you see a guy out in the street alone with an infant, maybe like 3 months or 2 months, just by himself in a little carrier, people kind of give you a side eye looking like, well, where's the mom? What's happening? Because it's kind of odd to see a man all by himself. Our daughter, from the time she was in pre-K 3 up until now, will get asked all the time, well, how come you don't have a mom? How is that possible? So one of the parts of this project was that she had to create a family tree. And the teacher specifically called her up and said, I'm not sure what you're going to do for your family tree. So instead of doing a family tree, you could do something else. So Emma looked at her and said, well, this is a teacher still in Dade County Public Schools. What do you want me to put on this page? They're making a scrapbook. And the lady said, I'm not quite sure. Think about it and come back to me with ideas. Emma sat at her desk literally for an hour thinking about what she could do and had no idea. She went back to her and she said, well, can I just do the family tree? And the teacher kind of like, sure, if you could figure it out, go ahead and do it. Because in the teacher's mind, because she was not born or not in a typical heterosexual husband and wife couple, she possibly could not have a tree branch. To me, I was furious because, how do you tell that to your child? There are kids who have one mom only and one dad. Some, maybe the other parent might have passed away, raised by grandparents, could be adopted. So to me, to have this woman tell Emma, to be so small-minded that she doesn't have, any branch on her tree was insane. So I was ready to go up there and sort of fight. And Emma said, stop, please, don't. Because at this point, she liked to do it herself. She didn't want me to go sort of fight a battle. She said, she's just small-minded. She doesn't know anything. I made my tree. She has her branches with me and her, her other dad, the two of us, and our families. And that's it. That's her tree. Turns out the teacher loved her book, thought it was one of the best books, and gave her an A. So I think sometimes by not battling the kids, battling for them, especially at this age at 12, that she can battle, a little bit for herself.